gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. Now please welcome to the Millennium stage, Les Bruits courent dans la ville.
Hello, hello, hello. We're very happy to be here. For those who would be wondering what is the meaning of le bruit court dans la ville, it means something like the buzz in town. And I would like to start this with an opportunity for you to sing with us in French. And the song is the story about Marguerite, who goes to the wood to pick up hazelnuts. But she's very tiny and the branch is very high, so I don't know what happened, but a thorn went into her small finger. And she cried so much that she fell asleep. And a cavalry happened to go this way, and the first soldier that saw her said, "My God, isn't she tiny?" The second one said, "Yes, but isn't she pretty?" And the third one said, "I will marry her." And indeed, a year later, they got married. And they had 3 children, the 3 of them captains. The first one is in Paris, the second one in England, and the third one is back home doing like his father used to do, which is caress young women in small dark corners. Well, at least you know what the song is about. So, and what we'd like you to sing with us is the chorus, which goes like this, and we'll practice it just a little bit. Means to the woods, Marguerite, and it goes, "Oh, bois Marguerite, oh, bois Marguerite. Bois Marguerite, oh, bois Marguerite." One more time. Oh, bois Marguerite, oh, bois Marguerite. Oh, bois Marguerite, oh, bois Marguerite. Marguerite s'en va au bois pour cueillir des noisettes. La branche était si haute, Marguerite si petite au bois. Marguerite au bois, Marguerite. Marguerite au bois, Marguerite. La branche était si haute, Marguerite si petite. Oh, elle a tant pleuré qu'elle s'est endormie au bois. Marguerite, au bois, Marguerite. Par ici, il y passe une cavalerie.
Une cavalerie.
Le premier qui la voit dit oh qu'elle est jolie, oh, oh, oh. Marguerite, oh, oh, Marguerite. Marguerite, oh. Le deuxième qui la voit dit oh qu'elle est jolie. Le troisième qui la voit dit elle sera mamie, oh, oh, Marguerite, oh, oh, Marguerite. Si bien qu'au bout d'un an, Marguerite s'y marie. Ils ont eu 3 enfants, tous les 3 capitaines au bois. Marguerite, au bois, Marguerite. Si bien qu'au bout d'un an, Marguerite s'y marie. Ils ont eu 3 enfants, tous les 3 capitaines au bois. Marguerite, au bois, Marguerite. Le premier à Paris et l'autre en Angleterre. Et l'autre à la maison pour faire comme son père. Au bois, Marguerite, au bois, Marguerite. Et l'autre à la maison pour faire comme son père. Caresser les jeunes filles dans les petits coins noirs. Oh, Marguerite, oh, oh, Marguerite. Oh, oh, Marguerite, oh, oh, Marguerite. Oh, oh, Marguerite, oh, oh, Marguerite.
Thank you so much. So we're going to do a set now that starts out with 2 rires à la bouche, which is mouth music. It's lilting, and this is what folks do when the fiddle player doesn't show up for the dance, and everybody's got itchy feet. So you take syllables that you use. They're usually nonsense syllables. And then you take the fiddle tune that you know and you just sing it. And these 2 rires à la bouche that we're going to be doing are from Acadie, which is the French part of New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. And there's a really strong tradition of doing this kind of lilting there. And they're really wonderful but kind of tricky, tongue-twisty kind of reels. So we're going to start out with those, and then we're going to end up with a tune that I made up for the mother of a very good friend of mine from Quebec, whose name is Daniela, and it's called Maman Danielle.
Dum daram, da di da di da di dum daram, da di da di dum daram, da di da di dum da di da di dum da di da di dum da di dum daram. Diddy dum daram, da di da di da di dum daram, da di da di da di dum daram, da di da di dum 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 daram. Diddle dum 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 diddle dum 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 da diddle dum 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 dum. Diddy dum daram, da diddle dum daram, da diddle dum daram, da diddle dum dum daram. Diddy dum daram, da diddle dum daram, da diddle dum daram, da diddle dum dum daram. Diddle dum dum diddle dum dum daram, da diddle dum daram. Diddle dum dum da diddle dum da diddle dum da diddle dum 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 da diddle dum da diddle dum dum da diddle dum dum dum. Da diddle dum dum da diddle dum da diddle dum da diddle dum 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 da diddle dum da diddle dum da diddle dum dum. Dum da diddle dum 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 da diddle dum 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 da diddle dum 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 da diddle dum dum. Dum da diddle dum dum da diddle dum 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 da diddle dum dum da diddle dum. Diddly dum da diddle dum da diddly dum da diddle dum da diddly dum da diddle dum da diddly dum da diddle dum diddly dum da diddle dum da diddly dum da diddly dum da diddly dum.
Thank you so much.
Gonna play a couple of tunes. Well, I say we, but they are with harmonica and fiddle. And I'm gonna play a couple of tunes coming from quite a famous, used to be famous in Quebec. His name was Louis Pitou Boudreau. And it's a man from who Lisa learned a lot. She actually made a thesis on him back in Quebec. And this guy had an incredible repertoire and an incredible way of playing that it was very unique. And I guess that you will understand when you will hear it.
4, 4.
Thank you so much. It's really, it's too bad we can't roll up the rug because this is really dance music. You should all be out there dancing. So we're going to work this out for our return trip here.
Okay. I'm from Quebec. It's in my country. We don't speak English. I am the top in my village from English, approximately 10%. When I was young, I went to go in my area, country, and my friends say me, I have a tant, ant. I have a ant, whole ant, and she have a big repertoire for song, French song, old French song, or kind of music, a song, a response song, and usually when you go for take a repertoire, you need a tape recorder or what kind of a machine for enregistrer. Puis là, ben, me and my friend, we decide we don't have the tape, or we decide to take a bottle of whiskey, and we have a nice evening, and I remember exactly the evening, but I remember one tune, one song, and I sing for you.
Okay, so this song that Normand learned from Gilles Quentin's aunt, Ida, it's the story of a philandering housewife. And her husband, whose name is Papineau, has to go into the town. So he tells his wife, I'm off to the city, I'll be back next day. And so there is a doctor who she knows. This doctor makes house calls, but not the usual kind, at least not to her. And so, one thing leads to another and leads to another, and everything is going swimmingly well, except that her husband comes back early. And so she hears him coming through the door, and the doctor says, "Oh my gosh, what am I going to do?" And she says, "Oh, don't panic. No worries. You just go out the bedroom window here and make your way out." So he frantically leaps out the window. But Papineau, the husband who knows a thing or two, goes around the house and reappears in the bedroom saying, "Look, my wife, look what I have found." And he's holding up the boots and hat of the doctor, who was in such a hurry that he left them by the bedroom window. So this is the song of Papineau.
À son établi, fait demander à sa femme son collier, son habit, pour aller à la grande ville, faire un tour au bassin, puis des grosses affaires. La femme de Papineau, qui se trouvait bien seule, fait demander le docteur comme ça lui appartenait. Oh, il a pris la traverse, oh, il a traversé, il était tout mouillé. A dit bonjour monsieur le docteur, comme vous me paraissez joli. Doudou doudou madame, que je suis tout mouillé. Elle a pris une carafe, mis dans un cabaretier. Ils ont pris chaque verre, se sont mis à trinquer. Ils ont pris chaque verre, se sont mis à trinquer. Arrivé vers les 9 heures, faut quitter la tablée tout en parlant d'amour pour aller se coucher. Pour aller se coucher, il faut se déchausser, se déchausser, se déshabiller, se déchausser, se déshabiller. Pas passé 3 heures ensemble, Papineau est arrivé. Papineau frappe la porte ouvrait. Le docteur tout démonté, qu'est-ce que je vais faire de moi? Doudou, docteur, arrêtez de vous démonter. Vous ouvrirez la fenêtre, vous passerez par ici. Vous ouvrirez la fenêtre, vous passerez par ici. Papineau plein de tours, a bien su faire le tour, a bien su faire le tour de la maison. Papineau est entré tout en tapant du pied. Doudou, ma femme, voici ce que j'ai trouvé. Le chapeau et les bottes de votre cher cavalier. Le chapeau et les bottes de votre cher cavalier. Le chapeau et les bottes de votre cher cavalier. Le chapeau et les bottes de votre cher cavalier. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, the next set of tunes that we're going to do are a kind of a wedding, musical wedding between Ireland and Quebec. And there were a lot of Irish immigrants who came to Quebec and settled from the Gaspé Peninsula right into Montreal. And they brought with them their musical traditions. And so this is actually the story of a charming Irish slip jig. It's a kind of piece of music whose name was Miss Foxhunter. And Miss Foxhunter was in Ireland and she decided that she wanted to see the world. So she set off and crossed the Atlantic Ocean and came over to Quebec. And so she was making her way along the Gaspé Peninsula and she met a family of fiddle players, and she fell in love with one of them, and they got married, and they had children. And the first generation of musical offspring of this Irish slip jig and this Quebecois fiddle player sounded a little bit like mother and a little bit like father, so some Irish and some Quebecois. But a few generations later, by the time it got into the hands of the fiddle player that I learned it from, Edouard Richard, it had definitely taken on the colors of Quebec and the colors of Gaspé Peninsula, and it really was quite a different tune, so different that at first we didn't recognize it as being a descendant of Miss Foxhunter. There was also the matter of the title. The title that Mr. Richard called this tune was L'Arrachoidine, which in French means L'Arrachoidine. So we didn't know what it meant at all, and so all I could think was, well, this must be one of these really archaic French expressions. It's so old that nobody knows what it means anymore. And then rather recently we found out that no, that's not at all the case. Mr. Richard was trying to say the Irish wedding, L'Arrachoidine. So we're going to play you this kind of marriage of the two tunes. So first you'll hear the ancestral tune, the Hunters Jig, and then you'll hear L'Arrachoidine. much. Well, the next song is actually, it's another song about a philandering housewife. Sorry, we didn't do this on purpose. It just kind of happened that way. There's songs about just everything you can imagine in the traditional repertory of Quebec. It's so rich. So you've got everything from sort of sublime songs of the lives of saints and prisoners in towers and princesses and kings to philandering housewives and fat cat lumber bosses who don't pay the lumberjacks, and just the range is just enormous. This particular song is called Le Coucou, the cuckoo. And the cuckoo is actually a symbol for cuckoldry, of wives who make fools of their husbands, because the cuckoo is supposed to, according to legend at any rate, lay its eggs in other birds' nests. So this song is another song about cuckoos, and I'm going to ask André, who is so good at doing this, to explain a little bit more about that.
Yes.
Yes.
Am I that good? I don't know. But this is the story of a woman who received the visit of a man, and the man asked her, "How are you?" She said, "I'm fine. You can sit down there." The man said, "Yes, but what if your husband arrives?" "Well, don't worry. I have a barrel in the backyard. You just hide under it, and we'll be okay." And at that moment, the husband came in, and the first place he wants to go is under the barrel. And she said, no, don't go there, because what we have there is a chicken that is
Thank you.
He's
You're
oosting, and it's been there for 15 days. So if you the barrel, will lose everything. He said, "The hell with it! I want to know what's it." Of course, he finds the poor guy, and at the end with the stick, he shows him the door. So that's a superb song, really. And what is superb about it too is that there's another chance for you to sing with us, because the verse of the song is in minor, but then the chorus is in major. You are free to sing with us. We ask the organizers, and it's okay too if you don't want to. So feel free. And it goes like, on a tune, because j'entends le coucou, mesdames, et je prends garde à vous. I hear the cuckoo, mesdames. And I keep a close look on you. So it goes like this. J'entends le coucou, mesdames, et je prends garde à vous. J'entends le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à vous. Just one more time, so that, J'entends le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à vous. J'entends le coucou, mesdames, et je prends garde à vous. Oh, bonjour donc madame, comment vous portez-vous? Comment vous portez-vous? Je m'y porte assez bien, monsieur, asseyez-vous. J'entends le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à vous. Le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à vous. Je m'y porte assez bien, monsieur, asseyez-vous. Monsieur, asseyez-vous. Si votre mari rentrait, où me metteriez-vous? J'entends le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à vous. Dans le coucou, mesdames. Si votre mari rentrait, où me metteriez-vous? Me metteriez-vous? Dans le cour, y a une cuve, je t'y mettrai des sous. J'entends le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à vous. Dans le cour, y a une cuve, je t'y mettrai des sous, je t'y mettrai des sous. Voilà le mari qui arrive, veut voir ce qu'il y a dessous. J'entends le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à tout. Dans le couillot d'une cuve, je t'y mettrai des sous, je t'y mettrai des sous. C'est une poule qui court, voilà bientôt 15 jours. Puis j'entends le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à tout. C'est une poule qui court, voilà bientôt 15 jours, voilà bientôt 15 jours. Va pas lever la cuve, car nous perdrions tout. Puis j'entends le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à tout. Va pas lever la cuve, car nous perdrions tout, car nous perdrions tout. Au diable la couvée, je veux voir ce qu'il y a dessous. J'entends le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à tout. Va pour lever la cuve, car nous perdrions tout, car nous perdrions tout. S'en va lever la cuve, aperçoit le matou. Puis j'entends le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à vous. S'en va lever la cuve, aperçoit le matou, aperçoit le matou. Ah bonjour donc matou, quand éclairerez-vous? J'entends le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à tout. Oh bonjour donc matou, quand éclairerez-vous? Quand éclairerez-vous? Je ne voudrais pas éclore, mais je me verrai chez nous. J'entends le coucou, mesdames, prends garde à tout. Je ne voudrais pas éclore, mais je me verrai chez nous. Je me verrai chez nous. Il a pris un bâton, reconduit le matou. J'entends le coucou, mesdames, prends garde à tout. Dans le coucou, mesdames, je prends garde à tout. Merci.
Thank you so much. So there are many, many old tunes played in Quebec that have been handed down for generations. And like everywhere in the world, that stock of tunes is always being renewed. People are making up new tunes. And so we're going to play you a relatively new tune, and it's one of mine. And I made it up to honor the fiddle player who set of two tunes that we played with the fiddle and the harmonica earlier on, whose name was Louis Boudreau from Saguenay-Lac-Saint-Jean. And the name of the tune is Les Marionnettes, the Marionettes. And one of the things I did in Mr. Boudreau's honor, Mr. Boudreau was one of these fiddle players. He used to tune his fiddle into the key he was playing. That's something that we fiddle players do, those poor classical violinists. They only have one way of tuning their instrument. But we have many ways of tuning our instrument. So right now my fiddle is in what we call open A tuning. So it's really nice for playing open strings when you're in the key of A, and the fiddle has a kind of a silvery
What key
sound.
have you?
En la.
En la.
En la. So I'm in A. And Les Marionnettes, the reason I chose the name Les Marionnettes is because there's a legend in Quebec that says that a really good fiddle player can summon the Northern Lights and make them dance. And one of the expressions for the Northern Lights in Quebec is Les Marionnettes, because the lights appear to dance across the sky like puppets on a string. And so I named the tune Les Marionnettes because Mr. Boudreau, through his amazing, wonderful music, made me understand how a legend like that could come into existence. So here we go with Les Marionnettes.
They say that it's going to be in the 70s tomorrow. This is quite a feat for us. Yesterday morning, it was minus 19 back in not too far away from Montreal, so it's nice for us. Good. Happy you. We're going to sing a song now in French, but it actually is a translation of a pretty well-known Irish song called, Lisa, what was the name of that song?
Oh, it's called I'll Be 16 Come Next Sunday. Be 16 come next Sunday. It's how old are you, my pretty little miss? How old are you, my honey? If I don't die of a broken heart, I'll be 16 next Sunday.
So we have no idea why it got translated in Quebec, but older people used to sing that in French, and this is the version I'm going to sing. But we also are going to incorporate some kind of another mouth music, what we call rire la bouche, these tunes that we just like sing a tune. And we found that these mouth music tunes are coming from the archives in Moncton, New Brunswick, Acadian archives. And Lisa had a connection. She knew a guy there, and it said that, don't you have old recordings of these old people singing these songs? And he sent us a few of them, and I will tell you that most of them, the first time you hear it, it's so incredible that actually the first time you hear it, you don't know where it starts, you don't know where it ends, because it really is very, even in the melodies, but also the way they, not two of them do the same way. It was very personal way, you know, they did a little, they did, nobody did it the same way. So when we received that, we decided to, okay, well, we'll try this one. And we worked pretty hard at trying to find the right syllables, you know, and do the same thing at the same time. And I think that when we sing the three of us together, it's pretty coherent. But if you would hear us independently, we'll say they absolutely don't sing the same syllables. It's very tough to do, but it's a lot of fun, though. So here we are. It is called Marionette, is the name of the young lady in the French song. And in the Irish song, she's 16, and in the song we sing in Quebec, she's 18.
Hey, diddle-a-dee, doodle-a-dee-da, diddle-diddle-diddle-dum, doodle-a-dee-da, diddle-diddle-diddle-dum, doodle-a-dee-da, diddle-diddle-diddle-dum, doodle-a-dee-da-dee-da. Di-dum la do-ta, 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 di-da.
Par un beau soir en m'y promenant au beau clair de la lune.
Par un beau soir en m'y promenant au beau clair de la lune.
Dans mon chemin j'ai rencontré une jolie fille parfaite en beauté. Marie-Rorée, tout la l'idée. Marie-Rorée du roi sous la rue Forget.
La douta, di-dum la douta, di-dum la douta, di-dum la douta, di-dai.
Où vas-tu donc, ma jolie fille? Où vas-tu donc, ma chère enfant?
Où vas-tu donc, ma jolie fille? Où vas-tu donc, ma chère enfant?
Elle me répond bien poliment, oh, je m'en vais au bâtiment. Marie-Rorée, tout la l'idée. Marie-Rorée du roi sous la rue Forget.
La douta, di-dum la douta, di-dum la douta, di-dum la douta, di-dai.
Quel âge as-tu, ma jolie fille? Quel âge as-tu, ma belle enfant?
Quel âge as-tu, ma jolie fille? Quel âge as-tu, ma belle enfant?
Elle me répond bien poliment, j'aurai 18 ans ce printemps. Marie-Rorée, tout l'idée. Marie-Rorée du roi de la rue Forget.
La douta, di-dum la douta, di-dum la douta, di-dum la douta, di-dai.
Veux-tu te marier, ma jolie fille? Veux-tu te marier, ma belle enfant?
Veux-tu te marier, ma jolie fille? Veux-tu te marier, ma belle enfant?
Elle me répond en souriant si mon papa est consentant. Marie Roret, tout l'habitait. Marie Roret du roi de la rue Forget.
La douta di dom, la douta di dom, la douta di dom, la douta di dom,
La douta di dom, la douta di dom, la douta di dom di dai.
e la de do la de da de la ram do la de da de la ram do la de da de la ram do la de da di dai. E la de do la de da de la ram do la de da de la ram do la de da de la ram do la de da di dai. Idam la tuta di dom, 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 la tuta da da, 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 la tuta di dom, la tuta da da.
Thank you so much. It's been such a great pleasure to spend this hour with you. We're very grateful to the Kennedy Center and the staff and the great technicians that make all of this happen
Thank you, Richard.
365 days a year. It's amazing. This is our first time playing in this part of the United States, so we're particularly happy to be here. And we have some CDs that are at the merchandise table at the back. We'd love to meet you, greet you, and if you'd like to take some music home with you, that would be swell too. So we are actually going to go out with piece number 11 on your program. It's a set of 3 tunes. We want to take you on a musical tour of Quebec. So we're going to visit 3 different regions. The first region is Valcartier, which is about 25 miles north of Quebec City. There was a lot of Irish settlement there, and I used to go to this great place that was an old farmhouse that got renamed Caesar's Palace. But there weren't any leggy chorus girls there. It was just a house that the community used for house parties, where you make your own fun, or as they used to say, sing, dance, play, or show us your arse, but do something to make the party go. I never saw the last thing on the program, so they were pretty good singers and dancers and wonderful musicians. So we're going to play part of the quadrille from Valcartier, and then off we go to Saguenay-Lac-Saint John. We're going to play a polka from Saguenay-Lac-Saint John, and then we're going to finish up on the north shore of the St. Lawrence, heading up towards Gaspé. It's the home of Thérèse Rioux, who in Quebec is known as La Reine des Violoneux, the queen of the fiddlers. She's in her 80s, and she is a firecracker. She's playing up a storm, and this last tune is from her, and it's called The Party at Alcide's. So once again, thank you very, very much for being a great audience, and we look forward to meeting you in the back afterwards.
Cat.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.